Welcome to Nintendo Dads, episode 541, recorded on August 21st, 2025. On this week's episode, Jesse and I talk about some Nintendo stuff like Kirby Air Rides, Riders Direct, and Gamescom 2025, and the summer stuff, right? Right,
Sure.
Jesse?
Yep.
Jesse, you know what to do. Well, it's another one of those nights, Jesse, where it's just you and me talking about stuff going on in Nintendo land, and Justin and Marty out there having a good old time with their families, or
I
trying
don't think Marty's having a great time right now.
no, or at least trying to sleep off the day,
Yeah.
or rest. Who knows? But
He had two tooth pulled, so he's not he's in a little pain.
he doesn't want to keep moving his mouth when you've had all that stuff done. You know.
And I'd say that's fair. That's
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
want to
fair.
talk either.
Yes. I don't know what Justin's excuse is, but I'm sure there's something.
It's Justin.
So how you doing, Jesse? You've been pretty busy.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. Last week I talked about that I thought I was going to close on the house on Friday. It ended up closing on Monday. So I was at the house pretty much every day this week, starting to get things set up for me to move in. There's still a lot of work that my contractor wants to get done. I don't know how much that's going to cost. I'm not looking forward to paying that.
Right.
Yeah. So we got so Monday, my oldest daughter came up from near Joplin to visit and kind of help me out. She kind of did a quick little cleaning of the kitchen for me while I set other things up, and we moved some boxes in. And Tuesday, both daughters were in. We had lunch there, and
Nice.
it was then Wednesday my son was over, so we put together one of my two new desks. So the directions said it should take 90 minutes. It took us about 3 hours. Of course, we did take 2 breaks in the middle because we needed to get supplies that we were missing. So
Okay.
building the second desk should be faster when we are able to do that. And then
Nice.
yeah, so I've curtains, I have Ethernet I want to have wired in, a few other things in the house. My contractor says I might need to have a whole new water heater installed, because the closet where the water heater is a mess, and it might be like 7 years old or 7 to 10 years old already. So he goes, if it's past 50% life, might as well just get a new one now.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Otherwise, he's going to have to be in that closet again in 5 years.
Yeah, we're looking at our water heater too. I might have to get one of those as well.
And I just bought a new water heater last year in this house. So,
Yeah. Yep. I feel your pain. The new house stuff. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. So I'm thinking sometime I'm hoping mid-September we'll do the move, and then I'll start doing my recordings from there instead of here.
Okay. And in 2026, we'll have a Nintendo Dads get together at your place, right? That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of room.
All right. Well, we got a few new Nintendo news things to cover, so let's jump right into the news. All right. So the news, as always, is brought to you by patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. Huge thanks to all our Patreons for helping us create more great Nintendo Dads content and for making our community a better place, including our newest Patreons. We need some. We don't have any new ones.
It's been a few weeks.
Yes. You right there. You listening to us right now. Come join the Patreon. For $1 or more, you can get access to our Discord and you get access to a lot of the contests we have going on, a lot of the events we have going on, like monthly mayhems. Um, just a great community to be a part of. So, and you also get free ad-free podcasts. And especially if you're connected to Spotify, you can get them there too. So it's good stuff. Right,
Oh, I
Jesse?
didn't realize. I didn't even realize you can attach custom and feed into Spotify like you could with other podcast players. So that's cool.
Yeah, if you link your Spotify account to Patreon, you then can any of the podcasts that you get from any of the people you follow, I think, feed into
Okay. I'm not a
Spotify.
Spotify user, so I'm sure you can do a lot with that I don't know about.
So, but now I also Patreon also has some newer podcasting tools themselves, to where you can listen to podcasts directly from Patreon as well in their mobile app. So lots of different ways to do things there, watch things, listen to things. So cool stuff there if you're a Patreon, and you can even follow us for free. You don't even have to pay the dollar. Just come to Patreon and follow us for free and get access to the wonderful notes that Marty sends out every week, almost every week. So sometimes school gets busy for him or church gets busy for him. So we try to keep up with that, but it is what it is. All right. Jesse, you said you weren't able to keep up on much of the news because obviously you've been busy. So
Yeah,
let me
I
help you.
literally haven't seen any presentation, but I have seen people talk about the highlights of presentations. So I'll be able to talk a little bit about it. I just won't have firsthand experience.
Right. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Kirby Air Riders Direct that came out this week. I did a live react to it, and I had a few people stop in from the community and chime in on it. But it was a good direct. It was a lot of good information, especially if you're fans of the original Kirby Air Ride that was on the GameCube in 2003. I think that's what the year was.
I can verify that.
Getting fact checked. I need to fact check that.
Yes, 2003.
2003. All right. So a little bit there. What was that? 32? No, that's
22 years ago.
22 years ago. Yeah. So that's some time ago. My family played it. We enjoyed the heck out of that game. But I hadn't played it in so long. I was trying to remember exactly what you did in that game. So it was good in that video. They actually compared some of the new things that were going on in the game with some of the old things that they used to be able to do in the GameCube version. So what they did was is they went over some of the riding techniques in the new game, compared it to the older version. Uh, there are specials that you can do in the game now, because before, the whole thing about the Kirby racing game was a one button actions, and they added a second button action to the Nintendo Switch 2 version that's coming out, and that's a Y special uh, button. So Y button activities. So that activates a character's unique special move, which changes or charges by attacking rivals and enemies. And Kirby has 4 different specials depending on his color. And then the other characters that they have too, the riders, also have their own specials. So there were different riders that were brought out or announced. So it was King Dedede, Meta Knight, the chef. I forget the chef's name. Um, and Kirby, and the character that wears the bandana. Shoot, I can't remember the names.
That just Bandana D
Yes, yes. So I was going to look
is
for. I
the
think we got a press
non-bandana
release
version
on
is
that.
Waddle Dee.
There we go. So let's see, Riders, Kirby. Let's see, like Meta Knight, King Dedede, Bandana, Waddle Dee, yes, as well as enemies in the Kirby series like Cappy, Chef Kawasaki, Starman,
Saki. Okay.
and well, you'll just have to play and see who else shows up. So there might be some others you get to unlock.
You
So
know, Joker's making an appearance in other racing games. Maybe he'll pop into this one too.
Right. Yep, no Smash other than the presentation itself, there were Smash references, like, uh, Kirby is here and King Dedede is here, which was great to see, and a lot of the graphics that you're used to seeing in Smash were also present in this game, so if you're a Smash fan and you like that UI, you're probably gonna see a lot of that in this Kirby Air Riders game.
Yeah, it's a Sakurai UI.
Yes. The machines, there were varying machines that you could select from that they provided, and they had different levels of what do you want to call it? Like some could glide better than others, some had better weight than others, some
Okay, so
had better speed than others.
they each had different specs.
Yes, they had different specs, and also they're affected by the riders as well. So, kind of similar to Mario Kart, depending on which rider you slap on it, could depend on what kind of other specs are affected on your vehicle or machine. Excuse me. All players, all characters in the game have copy abilities. So not just Kirby, but all of players do, and it's just basically you're using hats. So Kirby obviously swallows up will swallow up a character and then you get that, but the other characters I don't think necessarily swallow them up, but they just wear the hats and get those copy abilities for those characters they are copying. Let's see. Boost charges are there still, riding techniques. All kinds, it's a different kind of play. I think the fun part of it is if you ever watch the video, Jesse is Sakurai obviously adds a little of his humor to it. Right off the bat, he talks about making games is hard. So
Oh, yeah.
yes,
He
and
didn't
then
count in binary again with his fingers, did he?
no, no, he did not. But he talked about games making games is hard. But he did talk about he had fun with the game, obviously, or had fun talking about it as well.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't do it if he wasn't having fun with it.
All right. So let's see. There's also returning things, including the city trial mode. This is the part I remembered the most about the game. It's the open world part of it where you drive around a city collecting things to get your vehicle ready for the next round you're going to have against your opponents. And some of those rounds you have in each stadium uh, kind of present itself to like little racing mini games.
Kind of reminds me of that. I think it was with the 3DS Smash Brothers had a mode where you ran through like a single player course, collecting up power ups that would be then be applied into the Smash fight.
Yeah, that's basically what that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably where Sakurai got it from was his air ride game. So there are let's see, in addition to city trial mode, Kirby Air Riders features other returning modes with updated features, including air ride mode. In this mode, up to 6 riders can compete to cross the finish line first, attack opposing riders, and by hitting them, you'll gain small stars that increase your speed. What makes this experience unique is that you'll compete by getting speed boost via attacking. So go ahead and cut loose on your rivals. So that one's going to be fun. And then lessons with all the different riders, machines, techniques, and game modes. You may want a little time to practice. The lessons mode allows you to learn the basics of the game and try out some of the more advanced gameplay mechanics. So while I was watching this, I just kept thinking how much fun this is going to be for the community because you can play up to, I want to say 16 players.
That's what I
And
see
I'm
in
trying,
the notes. Yeah.
okay.
Eight players local and 16 online.
Yes. And it can be, if I remember correctly, it can be 16 local if the second player on one of the 8 devices is using a Joy-Con. So they're sharing the same like 2-on-1 switch.
Mm.
So I thought that was kind of interesting when they shared that piece. But I thought that with 16, with chat available as well, I thought with online capabilities, I thought that would be fun. But what I was getting some of the feedback from the community, at least the ones that were coming in, watching it with me, or at least in our Discord afterwards, it didn't seem like a lot of people were enthused about this game. What do you think?
Well, I know I'm not. It's because multiple reasons. Never played the original
Yeah,
game. Don't like multiplayer games in general. But
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. This I like this one. We like I said, my family and I played this a lot. It was more local, obviously, in the GameCube, but we had a lot of fun driving around, competing, and it was a different way of racing and competing with each other than, say, your Mario Karts. At the time, would have been Mario Kart Double Dash. So, um, and this time we got Mario Kart World, which Sakurai did bring up in the video as well that he was asked to make this game and he brought up, "Don't you have Mario Kart? Isn't this gonna be a problem?" And they were like, "This won't be a problem. Just make it your way, and there's room for it." So that's what they did. That's what he did. Him and his teams. He teamed up with Bandai Namco, and they're developing and publishing this game.
which makes sense because they paired up when they did Smash
Yes.
Ultimate.
Yes, I said publishing, but I think Nintendo's still publishing it. But
Yeah, Nintendo's still
yeah,
publishing.
they're co-developing it. So yeah, but I was surprised to hear again. Like I said, a lot of people were like, I don't know about this. But again, I think this is one of those games where it's like for families at home. I highly recommend it based on what I know from Air Ride and how much my family had fun with it when we had Air Ride. Air Riders is going to be much more content there, and I think would be a lot of fun. Of course, we'll wait and see, and hopefully there'll be a demo. Uh, there was a demo, I believe, available or is available at Gamescom, so a lot of people are there playing it. So hopefully that demo makes its way to the devices, allows people to try it out. And I also highly recommend those who are on the fence about it that if you like playing games with your like community or online with people just like Mario Kart World, how much fun we have with that as a community, I think this is going to be another good community game. So I don't think we have a price for it yet.
I thought it was $70.
Is it 70?
Yeah,
I was looking through the
I'll take a
press release,
peek.
but I didn't see it yet.
I'll see if it's on the Nintendo site yet.
Okay.
It is on the site, and it is pre-order available now for $70 US.
Okay. All right. So I might have to get people convinced to get it, but again, I think it was a lot of fun when we had it as a family, and I'm just based on that and Sakurai making it, I'm confident that this will be a good one. Hopefully I don't get hit with a bunch of emails like you said this game was good and it ends up sucking. All right. So anything other thoughts on from your side about Kirby Air Riders?
Nothing here.
All right. Anything in the community or the chat? Let's see.
Not a lot of chat going on yet.
Nope. Nope. Just people hanging out. Hi,
I think,
chat.
I think
Hope you're doing
Blocko's
okay.
commenting that I'm already half asleep and yawning.
All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is Gamescom 2025. We had the what was it yesterday that it started?
Tuesday night.
Was it Tuesday night? Oh, it
Yeah.
was the same night as Kirby's thing, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's right. I remember.
Night. In our time, it was in the afternoon, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember right after
because
that was Kirby.
This is in Germany. So there's like a 6-hour
Kirby was
difference.
done, I remember seeing a lot of people talking about stuff that was in the pre-show, and I was like, "What the heck's going on?" So some of the things that were announced for the Nintendo consoles, uh, is Bubsy 4D, a new 3D platforming adventure for both Switch 1 and 2.
It's a game no one asked for.
You were watching the video right before we started. What do you think of what you saw there?
Oh, I I don't. Was Bubsy always a mouth? I've never played a Bubsy game,
I
but
didn't either, but it sounds like he kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit, kind of like a
yeah, because
Deadpool type thing,
he
right?
was making jokes about how his old model looked horrible, and
Yeah.
his model is a playable model in the game. And when that showed up, he literally screamed. When they showed up the list of consoles that's going to be released on, he goes, "Atari, I didn't know that was still a thing."
Right.
I watched the trailer just hoping to see if it had any release window. There
Okay.
wasn't. It's just a
There
wish
wasn't
list
any.
now on Steam. But so I put it in the notes as 2025 question mark.
Right.
And if it's not, then I can change it.
Right. And Friendo asks, will Plock be making a cameo? We can
Can't
only
say.
hope so. We can only hope. All right, we got Outlaws plus Handful of Missions remastered 1997 FPS game for Switch 1. I didn't see
Never
that
heard of this
one.
game.
Oh, I saw no, I did see it, but I just kind of it didn't seem like my kind of thing, so I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, definitely wasn't mine.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, an 80s cartoon-inspired game for Switch 1. It's
Well,
a brawler, right?
this is a game that I should be interested in, but of course I bought the last Turtles game, haven't played much. I bought the last Power Rangers game, never touched it. So we'll see where I land on this one.
You can't stop now. You got to buy it. You got to just keep it going.
I still want to play that Power Rangers game because I'm still
Yeah.
without not a lot of people are lately, but it's been 30 years plus now. But yeah, I've always been a Mighty Morphin fan. So
Okay.
and I was a He-Man fan when I was a kid. I watched the show. I owned a crap ton of toys. So I'll probably get this, and then we'll see if I play it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was telling my son that first of all the graphics looked like they jumped right out of the cartoon. Other
Yeah.
than a little pixelated to give it that
It was
effect.
a little spritey, right?
Yeah, which which is fine. I said the the theme song to that cartoon is better than it had any right to be.
Yes.
And
And we were talking about this in the pre-show, and I mentioned that it was what I watched the cartoons. I couldn't get the toy because as a kid I was limited to having collecting or playing with only like 3 main sets. He-Man was not one of them, but I did get one in a Secret Santa in elementary school. I got
uh-huh.
Moss Man, and that was I
I'm
think
sorry.
we've talked about this. Well, I liked it. I actually used it as a Dr.
Was
Mindbender experiment for my G.I. Joe
okay,
characters.
that's cool. Was that actually did that have felt on it?
Yeah, it had like the little
Oh
mossy
God,
type feel on it.
that always
And
creeped me out.
I actually bought they came out with a uh what do you call it? A anniversary edition of it that I saw at Walmart, and I actually bought it because that was again the only He-Man I ever owned. And I was like, I gotta get this. So
Yeah,
it is on my wall behind me.
I have a few memories of that. One, I remember having the big Castle Grayskull set,
Yeah.
and I had
My cousin had that too.
the drawbridge open, and my cat decided to just sit in it. So this cat is inside the castle drawbridge. I thought
Did
that,
it
and
was it a green and yellow cat?
no, but we took a
Green with
picture
yellow
of. I
stripes?
remember taking a picture of it, but I don't know if that picture still exists. And I remember like there was child-sized swords that there was the He-Man, like half of the sword for the He-Mans and half the sword Skeletors, and
Yes.
would go together to be a complete sword, and I don't know what happened. I don't know the lore enough anymore to know what happens when they do. But
You take over.
I
You
had
take
the
over the
two
world.
halves. I had two halves of the sword.
Nice. Yeah, wasn't it something about like you became all powerful if you own both of them or something? Like
Maybe I don't remember.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, I was 8 years old at the time. I don't remember anymore.
Right. You didn't care about lore. It was just
Right.
awesome. All right. Another
I don't even know if they even had that as a plot point in the cartoon at all. That was
yeah,
just
I
a
think it
toy
became
thing.
more of a it was a toy thing, and I think it became more of a thing in the comics, right?
Yeah, because Transformers did the same thing. I remember it had a lot of it. It based things more on the toy, and the cartoon sometimes did its own thing.
Yeah. All right. The next game that was announced, or maybe not in order, but Absalom was another game. It beat 'em up roguelike for Switch 1, which looked very interesting. And that's Absolum, in case
Yeah,
anybody's looking it up.
yeah. I know nothing about this, and it doesn't sound like a me game, so that's fine.
It looks pretty cool. So I'll hopefully be able to check that one out. Or again, I hope there's demos on all of these. Uh Sonic Racing Crossworlds crossing with Pac-Man World 2 repack with a DLC collab, a crossover event with new content for both games on NS1 and NS2. So Pac-Man is not only in Sonic Racing, but was also in a Mario Kart.
And also, that's what was my little hint at Joker. I think he's also going to be in Crossworlds
That's right, he is. Yes,
because it's a Sega franchise, so it's easier for them to put that into a Sonic game.
very true. Yep, very true.
And Friendo says,
Hollow
"Guess
Knight.
who is publishing He-Man?" I don't know. Who is publishing He-Man?
Is it the same people who made the other beat 'em up games, like Teenage Mutant
No,
Ninja Turtles and
it's not
Power
on
Rangers and stuff?
it's not on the Nintendo website yet, so I can't look that up. So I guess Nintendo's going to have to answer his own question.
The people who did that Kong games, the block ridiculed. Oh,
Oh,
uh,
oh!
uh,
As long as they're not developing it.
what was the name of that company? I remember what you're talking about, but they did there's other games that actually were good, but like you said, maybe it's because they published it and not developed. The next one is Hollow Knight Silk Song. A small update was given with more information promised later, which did come later, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, a new Lego adventure for Switch 2, which basically does the what Star Wars thing where it covers all of the Batmans in one Lego Batman game.
Yeah, I haven't played a Lego game since I think like Star Wars Episode 1, 2, 3. Uh,
Right.
like before, not Skywalker Saga, which was all six, but this is specifically
Yeah.
the prequels. So it's been a long time since I've played. They're like PS3 era, maybe. So, but this I'm interested in. The trailer, I laughed at that because it was poking fun at various movies. It was poking fun at
Yes.
the Arkham games. It was poking fun
Yes.
at so like the Heath Ledger Joker, the latest Batman movie with
Yes.
they had a scene with the penguin and the Batmobile jumping over the fire. I got him! I got
Yeah.
him! What?
Yep.
Yeah. And there was a Bane scene that was funny.
That was where he steps on a Lego.
Yeah, the Legos like,
Because it's in the darkness. Yeah.
and the Lego brick was huge. It was like 6 by 6.
Right. It was great because he's given that whole Bane line that he did in the Dark Knight movie about, you nearly I was born in it, born in the darkness and you
Molded
adopted
by
it.
it.
And then yeah, and then he steps on a Lego. Who put
Yeah.
that here? It was great. Uh, Damon Damon Ex Machina Titanic Cyan demo, a demo for the new game, is now available on Switch 2, which I actually didn't know that was a demo, so I'm gonna have to go check that
Yeah,
out.
neither did I. We knew the game was coming,
Yes,
so demo available now. Do we have a release date for that yet? You
I don't know. That is a good
check.
question. All right. While you're looking it up, I'll mention Chronos. We already knew about. Is
September 5.
it's
The
September 5th.
Super
Nice.
Digital Deluxe Edition is $100.
A lot of stuff in it.
I don't know. Let's see if the okay. Then there's a digital deluxe edition that is 90, and then the normal edition is 70. They all come out the same day, so there's no early access on any of these tiers.
Okay. As I mentioned, Chronos, the new Dawn, we already knew about from the Nintendo Direct, the third party publisher one,
Yeah, the partner direct.
the partner direct. And then Cult of the Lamb Woolhaven expansion, which is a huge one that's coming to this Switch One. So any Cult of the Lamb fans out there didn't think you were going to get anything, you're getting something, another expansion coming. So, and then the other thing that was mentioned that I'm really excited about is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, an adventure game for the Switch 2. So is basically, the Great Circle is coming to the Switch 2 in 2026. I was almost this close to buying it on the PlayStation, and now I'm not. I'm going to wait for it to come out on the Switch and play it there.
Yeah. Oh, Mikey Burgett says it does not sound like Will Arnett's doing the voice of Lego Batman like he did in the movie.
Yeah, it does
So
not.
maybe, yeah, new voice, maybe? We'll find out.
Or it might have been the one that I think they said they were basing this off of with the added content from one of the older Lego Batman games. Possibly.
That's her.
I don't know. So that is all the Nintendo console stuff. There, of course, were tons of other games announcements, and there's probably a lot of those games announcements we'll eventually learn are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So keep an eye on the news for that and potentially any new Nintendo Direct that may have some more announcements. But for now, those were mentioned at Gamescom. And then, of course, if you're playing on the other systems, you can check out Gamescom news at the other news outlets to find out what other games were announced. Anything else, any of these announcements or anything else that stuck out to you for Gamescom, Jesse?
Um, Not really. I think I've already talked about the Lego Batman and the He-Man game. Those were kind of the two games that jumped out at me the most.
Yep. Those were the same for me too. I'm actually also excited about the Sonic Racing game. I'm probably going to pick that one up. Check that out. All right. Next up in the news from Gamescom as well, unfortunately, is Elden Ring is reportedly a disaster on the Nintendo Switch 2, at least in handheld mode from initial um, demos at the event. Uh, Places like Vice, Eurogamer, IGN, My Nintendo News, The Gamer, and Nintendo Life all reporting that um, the performance issues with the Elden Ring Tarnished Edition on the Nintendo Switch 2 demo at Gamescom 2025 just doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound promising, but that's probably why we haven't gotten a date yet. Is probably
Right.
because
It
of those
sounds
issues.
it sounds like does run better docked versus handheld, but still wasn't great.
Yeah. So some performance issues that they need to address, and I am one of those who's like, as much as I would love to have Elden Ring on here, don't release it. Don't give us a date until you figure that out. And what I would say also is for Nintendo, I hope they are hearing this and seeing this and are reaching out to not only companies like this, but anybody else, any of their partners to help them with this, with getting games to run great on the Nintendo Switch 2. because this is getting ridiculous. Especially if they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't give out dev kits, to protect information about Nintendo Switch 2 going out. Fine, you made that choice. Now you need to be there for those devs, and hopefully they are. We
Yeah,
don't know because we're not
hopefully they're
part of
getting
that area.
the support they need because they
Yes,
definitely didn't have the time, advanced time.
right. I also hope that what if they are going to hold the game longer, why not just do like a like game of the year pack or ultimate edition where it includes the other version of the game that came out for the other systems, the roguelike version.
Mm-hmm. No, that's just
So
more stuff to test.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think hopefully they figure it out because then I'm guessing that will help also carry over to the other game they showed off from software. Um, Anything they figure out for applying to the Elden Ring game can apply to that new game that they're working on that's exclusive for the Switch too. I forget the name of it, but hopefully they figure it out. And again, I'm one of those people again, I would say just hold on to it. You didn't announce a date, just don't announce it until you do a Nintendo thing. Don't announce a date until you got like a
Yeah,
month away.
I'm trying to find it in my release notes. I don't know if I have it as a 2026 or a TBD, but it's jumping out at me.
No worries. All I'm saying is that exclusive game they're working on, hopefully they will figure out how to make the game run just as great as Elden Ring or even better. Anything else you wanted to talk about before we jump into release and updates, Jesse?
Uh, no, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So out now we got Shantae Advance Risky's Revolution August 19th, which is it came out. So
Yeah, yeah.
Jesse, did you pick that up yet?
I got it as a code. So I'll probably be doing a live stream of the start of the first look over the weekend.
Nice.
Oh, Blanco says Duskbloods.
Duskbloods. Thanks, John. All right. Yep. That's what I'm hoping for is that okay, fix the problems, learn what you need to learn when you get Elden Ring out and apply those learnings to Duskbloods. And we better not hear about any problems with it.
Yeah. And
Duskbloods
then,
when after
well,
that.
when you said that statement, I'm like, that statement can also apply to Game Freak with the game they're making that's not coming to
Yes.
Switch, but make Pokemon look like that.
Yes.
I
Well,
don't think it's
they're
coming to
also learning.
Switch.
Yes. Well, and they are learning from ZA for making a Switch 2 version, right? So,
I hope so.
and then whatever they
But
did to
still,
get
it still looks like a 3DS game in the high res.
that's true. Yes.
I want them to start playing with the art style again. We've
Good.
had the same art style since Gen 6.
Maybe that's why it's going to take a little longer for what is this Gen 10
Yeah,
that they're
Gen
working
10's
on?
coming up. Yeah, had they continued on their every 3 years, it would have been this year. It's not, which is good. I want them
It's good.
I wanted them to put a delay in Gen 10. Probably will be next year, but we'll find out.
We will definitely find out as soon as what January or
February is
what is
Pokemon
that
Day.
February Pokemon Day? Yeah. Okay.
February 27th.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Outer Worlds 2, Borderlands 4, Lego Batman, but I'll likely play those on PS5. Quag says.
That's fair.
Borderlands 4, Lego Batman. Did they say Outer Worlds 2 is coming to Switch 2? I don't remember seeing that. If it is, that's fantastic because I loved Outer Worlds on the Switch. Yes, it didn't look as great as it does on the other systems, but playing that portably was so much fun. It was very immersive for me, especially the DLCs. So if Outer Worlds 2 is coming to the Switch 2, that's another one I'm
Yeah.
excited about getting.
Well, at least Google's little AI generated summary does not list Switch.
Okay. Well, I hope so.
That
That's all I
releases
can
near
say.
the end of October,
Okay.
along with everything else.
Yeah, it'll probably be like, okay, it's out on the other systems, and then it'll come to Switch 2 next year, 2026.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. And Friendo says Metroid Prime 4 win? Yeah,
Don't know yet.
exactly. Exactly.
Though we do have one release
Hopefully,
date. We'll get to that in a minute.
yes. Yes. I'm hoping next week we'll get a Metroid Prime 4 direct. That would be nice.
Weekly directs now,
Yes.
except
Next
for
week
last
we'll get
week.
that. Right.
Nintendo Music
Oh.
2 was when.
All right. Chibi Robo, GameCube, Nintendo Switch Online with expansion pack, August 21st. That's today, or
That's
you're
available
listening to it.
now. In fact, I tried launching it to see if it was live, and it's trying to download the update, but for some reason I'm having a hard time with updates. I might have to reboot my Switch to kickstart it, but it's trying. So that's live now.
Okay. Discounty and Hurdling are both also released right now. And will have or do have, we have first looks out on those games out on our YouTube page as well. I'm not sure if I know they're done. I just don't know if they're out yet or not because
Right.
I don't schedule them. So Justin does that. So those are all the games that are out now. Out soon is Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition, August 28th. I'm looking forward to that one. How about you, Jesse?
Not particularly. I did buy that Kirby game and played it, but I think I may only put maybe an hour or two into it. I've never really been much of a Kirby fan anyway, so I'm not gonna spend another $20 on a game that I'm meh over.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to jump into that after I was done with Bonanza. But it'll depend on what's going on. Like when I'm done with that, what I want to play next. There's some other games I want to play too. So, in fact, there was one that just got released on PlayStation that John told me about that I need to play. So,
No?
yeah, it's the same people who made Journey, or at least the same director or producer.
Oh, I think I
Art
saw you talk
director.
about that
Yeah,
in the Discord then. I just don't remember what that game
Journey.
was.
Journey is my number 5 game on my all-time games list. So I want to play this sword game. Again, I can't remember the name of it. Sword of
Port
the
of the
Sea.
Sea.
Thanks, Darth. Sword of the Sea. Yes. I love our community. Thank you. They're out there just helping us, helping me at least be my second brain, I guess. All right.
Live chat is better than AI.
Yes, it is. It's definitely better than the AI. Shinobi Art of Vengeance will be out on August 29th. I know some people looking forward to that one as well. Demon School, September 3rd. That's one I got to play at PAX East and looking forward to playing on the Switch. It is a grid-based game, strategy game, and turn-based. And just, I advise anybody who's into that kind of stuff, tactics, grid-based type games, go check out the replay on that, or the trailer for that, for the Demon School. Hollow Knight, Silk Song. We have a date, September 4th. That is, and it's promised to be 120 frames per second support on the Nintendo Switch 2. How exciting is that, Jesse? I know you're ready to play this game, aren't you?
No comment.
That's pretty cool, though. We finally got a date.
Yeah,
Finally got that going on.
after over 6 years.
Right?
Since
I didn't
it was
even
originally
realize that.
Yeah, it was first shown and that's
At
not last
Treehouse.
shown. Yeah, it was at E3 2019.
Yeah, it's like John posted that video and I watched it. I was like, holy moly. COVID really screwed them up. The
Well,
pandemic really
sounds like
messed
they're
them up.
saying it didn't. They're just
I
a
know,
small
but
studio.
still.
But
I know. But it's just crazy. Uh, but yeah, okay,
If
so that's
Nintendo says
exciting.
journey, don't stop believing.
Exactly. 7 years, I thought. Yeah, so 2019 is actually when it was. I don't know if it actually got announced in 2018, but 2019 we saw it at that at E3 and at
Yeah,
that
I
Treehouse
first,
event.
well, at least in my notes, I marked it as 2019. That was the first I've heard of it.
Okay.
At that
Uh,
E3.
we finally get Star Wars Outlaws on September 4th, and I'm hoping that eventually EA brings the other Star Wars games to the Nintendo Switch too, like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi
Well,
Survivor.
sounds from what I heard, I think those two games were better games than Outlaws. But of course, the people I follow aren't very uh, high on Ubisoft in the first place, so there's a little bit of bias there. So I'll admit that. But
Okay, that's fair. It's Star Wars Outlaws. I heard a lot of, there's a lot of people who were a little bummed that there wasn't any Jedi. You're just basically a
Rogue,
smuggler. Yeah.
yeah,
So, but I like the aspect of something different, so you gotta give it a chance. But hopefully I'll have time to play that one. If not, it'll be on my wish list and eventually, we'll see. And then we talked about Damon X Machina. Yes.
yes.
Coming out. That's coming out September 5th. And Everybody's Golf Hot Shots for the Switch, September 5th.
A lot of people
It's
are
another
excited
cool
for
game.
that one.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a fun PlayStation game. Another PlayStation game coming to the Switch. And then we got a bunch of other games coming out later that we've mentioned before, but ones that we want to call out now that are new is, of course, Kirby Air Riders coming out November 20th. Bubsy 4D coming out sometime in 2025. We just don't have a date yet. The Rogue Prince of Persia comes out in 2025. It's out now on the other consoles, so just waiting for it to come out for Switch.
Yeah,
Cult
I
of the
thought I
Lamb.
had put this game in my list once before, but maybe I removed it when I saw that it wasn't coming to Switch. But now it's coming to Switch again.
Now we know it's coming to Switch, yeah.
Because I guess
Cult,
when I first heard about it, I presumed it would be coming to Switch, and it never did.
yeah, we were all excited about it too. Just didn't know the date. Cult of the Lamb, Woolhaven DLC that we mentioned, 2026. Also in 2026, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So lots of games to look forward in 2026. As they get closer to those dates, or we got new actual dates, we'll add them back to our list. But we just wanted to make sure you were aware of those games coming out next year. And who knows, as we get the next Nintendo Direct, who knows what other games will come out on that. Any other games you wanted to bring up there, Jesse, on the list?
Nope, that's whatever. Well, I guess I'm looking forward to the Dragon Quest game, 1 and 2 HD remake coming on October 30. So when what was coming out on the 23rd again? There was something
23rd of
there was something coming out on the 23rd of October. Oh, we think I don't remember. Oh, I think the it was mentioned during the previous hour before we started recording. During that, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll have a week to play that before Dragon Quest comes out, but I don't remember what that game was anymore.
Okay. One of the things Nintendo mentioned.
Yeah. Plants
Okay.
vs Zombies. That comes out on the
That's
23rd.
right. That's right. That should definitely be on the list because I keep getting told to play that game when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list now.
Okay. All right. While you're adding that, Jesse, let me ask you this because I forgot to ask you this in pre-show. Do you
Yes.
want to talk about the question we got from Mikey B long ago? What would you say are the most important Nintendo games in history? Do you want you and me to talk about that, or do you
Let's w-
want to save that when we're all here?
let's wait on that because I honestly don't think I'll have much to say on it, just because
Okay.
like my nostalgia of the nostalgia has expired. So I don't this is I think it's gonna be more for you guys driving that conversation.
Okay. Can
I
you
just
please put that down as a possible title? My nostalgia of nostalgia is expired. Or whatever it is you said there. That was pretty funny. All right.
yeah.
Well, with that, then let's talk about what we've been playing. All right. So Jesse,
Again, I
what you
have
been playing?
nothing. I
You don't have anything?
what little I've been playing more of the Picross Shield Hero, but really that's I this weekend I wanted to play more off, never got a chance to. So here, I'll run over what I'm planning on doing this weekend. Um,
Okay,
so
that's good.
uh, so yeah, I want to play more off. I did buy Is This Seat Taken after I said I wouldn't because it was $10. I'm like, sure, why not? And I heard 8-bit uh can't even remember their name, but they Drew's new podcast.
Oh yes, the Clubhouse, 8-bit
Yeah, 8-bit
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. They talked about it, so make
Yeah.
sure. Then I have Shantae's Advanced Risky Revolution and uh Chibi Robo. So I've got a lot of stuff to do over the weekend
Okay.
before
Yep.
before my vacation's up and I have to start work again.
All right. Well, can't wait to see what you do. Are you doing all these streaming, or are you going to record stuff, or a combination?
Shantae at least. Just because we got the code for that. Off, I definitely won't. Because it's midway through the game, it'll be a weird place to stream.
Okay.
Maybe Chibi Robo if no one else does it.
Okay. Nice. All right. So anybody who's listening, keep an eye out for us to pop up on your streaming services in case Jesse pops up and shares something. And I was just looking at some of these comments about Metroid Prime. I thought it was kind of funny. Michael Burgett says, now Metroid Prime 4 is now taking the place of Chicken Wiggle and Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Uh-oh.
That was kind of funny.
Quag
And
says
then,
that needs to be on a shirt. But
yes,
the nostalgia for my nostalgia has expired.
yes, yes. Darth Platypus says, the Silk Song trailer just said September 4th, but didn't have a year with it.
Right.
So it could be September 4th, 2020 X. All right.
Could be worse. Could be 20 XDX.
Yeah, or 20XX. Like in
That's what I
the
mean.
game, I think,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Okay, sorry.
XTX XX.
Okay. Marty says he was playing Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. So
I want to
I
hear
don't
what
know.
he has to say about that because I was on the fence to that before when it came out. But another game. Oh yeah, it was like 2 weeks later. This was 2 launched, so that was mainly why I didn't play it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to leave that there for him to talk about the next time. For me, I played a few games that have first looks out on them, out on our YouTube channel. Discounty, forgot the Y there. Morgan Metal Detective.
Yeah, I'm not the only person who thought this, but they saw the art and thought it was a golf game.
Yes.
And then I
I thought
look
it
at it
was
again.
too.
That's not a club she's holding. That's something
Correct.
else.
I'll talk about each of these a little bit in a moment, but Discounty, Morgan Metal Detective, Mad Skills BMX 2, and Curse Rounds. Those 4 games I did first looks on this week and played a little bit of each. Discounty is a fun little cozy game where you are helping your aunt run a grocery store, or a general store, if you will. And you're basically operating it by setting up the shelves, setting up the stock, ordering the items, helping the customers buy their stuff, restocking the stuff. There's a lot of task things to do in the game, and you go around also trying to solve a mystery that's going on in the town. There is a demo in this game. This county
Okay.
has a demo. Yes, there is a demo on this county. So if you like that kind of stuff, I know a few people that love this type of stuff where cash register selling stuff.
I'm giving the demo a download.
Okay. And you explore the little town. You gotta figure out this mystery that's going on in the town and why the town isn't thriving at all and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun. Morgan Metal Detective is another cozy game where it's very laid back. You're going into the game. Your grandfather passed away and passed on his metal detector and cassette player, where he's recorded little snippets of his investigation of the island that you're on as to why things keep disappearing on the island. So, along with that, people are losing their things and you're helping find them with your metal detector. At the same time, you're trying to help your grandpa, who had passed away again, solve the mystery of the island as to why things disappear in the first place. Again, another little cozy game, very relaxing, just kind of going in, taking your time, running around with the metal detector. You can collect things that you find, exchange them for cash, upgrade some of your things, your tools that you use, or buy new tools, so on and forth, so forth.
So
That again is a
it's like
first look of that out there.
Power Wash Simulator with dirt.
Yes, that is a good analogy of that, because it is very much that type of thing. Because you basically are swinging that metal detector around, looking for the things to collect and or find for the people who are missing those items. Plus, you get little quests from people you talk to that say, "Hey, I'm missing. I can't." Like one quest that I thought was pretty funny, and I think this is at the end of the first look I was doing. A lady's like, "I lost like like 5 of my favorite tools are gone." It's like, these are tools. These are just little things that
But
can.
big.
So part of the mystery, I think, is finding out what or who is taking these items and burying them, because it's like, not that you're finding things that have been buried for a long time. They're like buried recently.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
I think you sold me on this one. It's only $17. So I think I'm gonna give this one a download.
All right. The next one is Mad Skills BMX 2. It is another game for if you're the type of player, or maybe your kids like these kind of games where it's more mobile type. This is a BMX game where you are using your controls to control your bike by getting through a kind of like almost like an excite bike view of a course, where you're going straight across the screen on that kind of almost like 2.5 view of
Uh,
the course,
like
and you're going like up the hill and down the hill, and you got to jump just right to get across, and you have turbo, but it's very mobile-esque to me. So but still, it was a pretty solid game, pretty solid fun for what it is. Mad Skills BMX 2, again, for the Nintendo Switch, and that is, if you're into that kind of game, I would say check it out. It is on sale for 15% off for 7 more days. So it's $8.50 on the US eShop. There's definitely more things you can do with it, but there is a first look on it you can check out. And you can unlock achievements. A lot of achievements to unlock in that one as well. And then Curse Rounds is a roguelike game. Roguelike, not light, roguelike. Whereas, and there's a difference here too, is where you go in and try to make a run to get through these courses where your power-ups are not necessarily power-ups. They're actually negative things that happen to you, but you have to pick between two of the lesser evils.
oh, that sounds horrible.
And then every now and then you might actually get a thing that will help you. And then there are power-ups through the level that you'll get, the weapon power-ups that'll last for, like a minute or 30 seconds or something like that as you get through the stage.
Hey, as a
And then you
quick interruption. Check the chat real quick.
the OG Euro boy. Who was that?
Yeah.
Oh, Gary Gray. Hey, Gary.
Oh, I thought that was him. I guess that was Justin. What did what? Oh, this one.
Pow, 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 pow.
There it is.
That was him.
What's up, Gary? That is awesome. The OG Euro boy. That is correct. That is Gary. We were just talking about the Euro boys the other couple shows ago, didn't we?
Maybe I don't remember.
I think we brought it up, and Justin got a kick out of that. So, but yeah, going back to Curse Rounds again, it's a roguelike game. There are achievements in there that you unlock. If I remember correctly, and I'm trying to remember because I play too many games all in a span of a week, but I don't think there's anything you can carry over to the next round. It's basically you die, you start over.
Right.
And you're trying to just get good at the game to make as deep of a run as you can, or at least beat all the bosses. So it looks like a relatively short game because there's not that very many achievements. I think there's like only 2 or 3 rows of achievements. But if you like your roguelike games, anybody who's listening, Curse Rounds is one to check out. And it has the aesthetic is really nice too. It's like you're playing on a Game Boy. It's got a Game Boy aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
Not the green screen, but more the black and white. So like your
black and white and pixely.
Yes. There was a cat Metroid game that came out. I forget what was that called.
Yeah.
That had that same one. That same kind of
Data Roboto or something like that.
I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it. So
no, I want to look at that.
So Gary, you know where we are. You can always come in and to the Discord and click on the LinkedIn invite that Jesse has and join the call. We're all good here. We miss you.
Yeah, it's Gato Roboto.
Right. Okay, Gato Roboto. That's all right. I've also been playing Mario Kart World. We finished the Mayhem, but I've been playing it too because I love that racing game. It's a lot of fun. I think this one is my favorite Mario Kart next to Double Dash. I like it more than Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So
that's the bold statement.
Yes. Hot take, right? So Donkey Kong Bananza, I've been playing that one as well. I'm at layer 1400. So I think I'm getting close to the end. But again, those layers are deceiving. I got one sub layer to do still in 1400. Then I go to 1500, and there. I won't say anymore because I don't want to spoil it. But just say that the sub layers are deceiving because you don't know how many sub layers there are in each of those layers.
there could be 0. There could be 3 or 4.
Yes. Or 9. So anyways, fantasy, like, I didn't play that, but those are the games I've been playing. So that's it. That's all with the games we've been playing. Let's go on to the community spotlight. All right. So Jesse, I would say let's knock out a couple of these ones that I think we can knock out. And then if we see any that we want to let all the dads answer, we'll save them. All right. Our Darth Platypus asks, are there any end of summer events that you are still trying to get to?
Not from on my end, I don't think.
For us, we have a couple options for end of summer, which is we could go to the Michigan State Fair, which is usually on the Labor Day weekend. or we have the option of going to the Renaissance Festival. So those are a couple options we might look into doing.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
then
don't
there's
want anything to
another.
do with Renaissance Festival.
That's true for you, yes. Another one that we like going to, but it's not necessarily technically into summer. Maybe it is. It's called DIY. And it's basically an art fair where a lot of dealers who do, you know, sell their stuff um, that they build or make. A lot of makers or crafters make and sell.
Mhm.
That's where we like to go and do that. And we walk around and there's a lot of stuff we like to get. And we go almost every year. So that's probably our end of summer type thing because I think it's in September, right before the official fall starts.
Makes sense.
So I would say, and then, but a lot of times around here, everybody says end of summer is Labor Day because school starts.
You're right.
Jesse, is you said there was nothing for you, right? So
Yeah, I don't. At least there's nothing in my radar that I know of that I'm interested in.
your summer event is your house.
Yeah, that was a little bit more stressful than I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a vacation from that vacation.
Right. I think the Koopa Kid 80 question we'll leave for all of us for next time. I think it's a good one for everybody.
Sure.
Beer asked, does anyone remember the cartoon Captain N, the Game Master? We were talking about cartoons, so I figured you and I could do
Yeah.
this one. Would you like to see a reboot? If so, which Nintendo or third-party characters would you like to see in the show? And Spider Shan said, just rewatched a couple of years back and unashamedly still love it.
I did
Jesse, you
watch
got
the
anything?
I did watch the show when it was new, and every once in a while I'll go back and watch an episode or two. I'll normally cherry pick the ones that I liked. Season 2, when they introduced Game Boy, it went downhill a bit. Well, it was never great, but it went downhill from never great. But the, again, the episode that was based around Zelda 2 is probably my favorite one. And Kevin and Link just have a butting head relationship going on.
Okay. I'll have to see if I can find that one and watch it. I never watched Captain N, so I couldn't answer. I do remember it, but it was one of those ones I never watched. I don't know
Yeah.
about reboots though. Would you want to see this one rebooted?
I would.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to give it a try. I saw like a poster done with AI art of what it might look like with modern 3D rendered graphics, and it looked pretty
Okay.
good.
Who would you want to see in it?
Uh, I think not as like someone from the main cast, but like a side episode. They would or like a one shot because that's what they do. They go to a
Yeah.
game world, and then you'll see these characters for one shot. But like something from like Ninja Gaiden,
Okay.
Ryu Hayabasa. I think that'd be fun
All right.
to see what they can with what fast paced action they could do with that.
Yeah. I would love to see them in the Splatoon world.
Oh, that'd be fun too.
I think that would be interesting to see that. And it'd be kind of funny if they still talk the same way they do in the game in Splatoon, and Captain N has to get like a translator or something.
Or if he can just understand it like R2D2.
Or yeah, that's true. Just understand it and just
Yeah.
talk as if he,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like
That's
arms.
true. Yeah. Arms, yeah, that would be interesting. That I would watch the reboot if it did a kind of like a funny take on those type of things. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Nintendo asks if Chris Pratt would voice Mega Man. It would be a better Mega Man voice than what we got. I would not have complained. That Mega Man voice was awful.
That's funny. Of course, I got to see an episode with Samus. I would have to have that.
I don't know if they ever did a Metroid. I don't remember.
You just imagine he goes into that world and then some Metroid just just like attaches itself to him, and Samus comes and saves him.
Let me let me see if I can find like an episode list.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to think what else could have. So other third parties as well. What if Captain N ended up going into a EA Sports game?
There we go. Oh, that
And
was
then
a
Prentice
Bayou.
says
That
Mother
was a
Brain
Bayou
was
bit.
there.
Oh yeah, but Mother Brain is basically the big bad. Uh,
Okay.
how's it was a Bayou Billy episode. Yeah, there was the Dr. Wily one. I think he showed up a few times.
Okay.
Video Olympics on Mount Icarus. Another Mega Man episode.
Ms. says voice actor in Mega Man 8 is epic.
Oh, oh no!
What if
Simon Belmont's voice was awful too.
they did Captain N, the Game Master, the movie? Live action.
Wow. So is this gonna be like Pixels?
It'd
Or
be live action and it'd be a lot of CGI.
yeah, that's what. Have you seen the movie? Remember the movie Pixels?
Oh, I like the movies Pixels. I'm sorry. Yes, I remember. Yes,
Yeah,
it would be like that.
yeah. That was a Donkey Kong episode. There was a Metroid episode.
Okay. Hopefully, Samus took care of Mother Brain in that episode.
See, then season 2 they had introduced Game Boy, and he was awful. Queen of the Apes, so another Donkey Kong episode. Yeah, so Quest for the Potion of Power is episode 3, season 2. That's the one that's my favorite episode.
Okay. All right. Cool. Nert asked a question about Silk Song that I'm going to save for the other dads because I think they're a lot more interested in Silk Song than I know Jesse is. And then myself, I haven't even played the first game, Hollow Knight. So I think it'd be fair if we just wait for that one. Darth Platypus asks, what games do you think could support the longest direct, and how long do you think it could be? What game do you think could support the longest direct, and how long do you think it could be?
Oh, I think whenever they do the next big Zelda, I think that they could probably make an hour-long direct out of that if they wanted to.
I was going to say that or Xenoblade.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Xenoblade Chronicles 4. There's probably going to be a long direct for that.
X2.
Yeah, or X2, yeah.
We're going to get to the Mega Man numbering.
Or maybe if it's going to be a big Fire Emblem game, kind of like Three Houses was, maybe that could be another one.
Maybe. That one I think would maybe be harder to squeeze that much info out of it without being spoilery.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what other ones. I had a smart ass answer before and I don't remember what it is. I thought of it way earlier today when my brain was working. No, it's not. But I think those I think are pretty much it. What would be a surprise one that would like, because I mean we were surprised Kirby Air Riders was 45 minutes.
Well, this isn't necessarily length, but if they ever talked about this in a direct, I would love it. And kind of goes back to a question from a few weeks ago when we were asked about Arcade Archives, and
Yes.
we were asked what future game would we like to see that isn't out yet, and I apparently I forgot to state my answer. But so I think the answer would fit both questions here. So
Okay.
I would like to see Popeye in an Arcade Archives.
Oh, okay. There you go. That is a good one.
And so, if they had, even if it, it itself isn't going to be a long direct. It'll probably be a 30-second segment of an additional direct, which is fine. That's all it needs. but I would like to see that mentioned. I would like to see that coming.
Yeah, that and now that you mention it, after we were done with that episode, I went through all the arcade archives. I actually bought 2 new games from that because I didn't know Key was in there, the arcade version of Key, and I love Key, and I couldn't
QIX?
find QIX.
Okay.
I love that type of game. I had it on my Game Boy.
I didn't know how that was pronounced. I never could. So,
and I was excited when I saw that. And there was actually another game, I forget the name of it, that has the same type of game mechanics where it's the draw a box and type of thing and try to take as much of the board away as you can. So, but yeah, that was shoot, I was telling that for a reason and I can't remember. See, it's too late. It's my brain is fried. Why is this happening? I need to start looking at, either taking a nap before our show or having some sort of brain booster before we do our show. What is happening to me, Jesse? I turned 50. What is happening?
yeah, join the club.
All right. Let's see.
I think your 50 is better than my 50. I can say that.
Koopa Kid 80 asks, we'll do this one from Koopa Kid, and that's Kirby Air Riders proves there is room for more than one racer on Nintendo platform, which got me thinking. If you had to put a current first-party Nintendo franchise in a different game category to freshen it up, what would it be? Zelda Maker? Star Fox Grand Prix? Wario RPG? Animal Crossing Dungeon Crawler like Moonlighter? Pikmin Party?
Oh, we're still
all
looking.
Of those. I'll take all of those. That
we're still looking for that F-Zero pasta shop simulator.
Yes, that's the one I was hoping for. It was the Captain Falcon has to race to earn money to support his ramen restaurant and get new recipes that he learns from people he races. And when he beats certain people, they actually give up really good recipes, excuse me. And then you basically then can take that to your restaurant.
That is,
and you have to.
The most anime thing I think we've said in a long time. Because that would happen in an anime.
There we go. That is what I'm hoping for. Nintendo, give me a call. I'll help, work with, everybody who makes games over there. We can come up with something. Just we'll work in the morning when my brain is working.
Right.
And after I had coffee. All right. The serious question, I'd say.
Well, before we get there, Nintendo has DK Brain Age, and Miz has Animal Crossing first-person shooter Battle Royale.
Yes, a special guest Doom guy
featuring Doomslayer.
Yes, there we go. Yes, yep. Yeah, I was gonna say for the one that we got on YouTube, we're gonna save that question for. I think that's a good one for Marty and Justin to be here for as well.
Yeah.
So, with that, is there anything else you wanted to mention, Jesse?
I can't think of anything. I think we covered everything.
Well, with that, then I think that is the end of a show.
It would be. Short show, which is good. We both need a crash.
That's my brain's already crashed. All right. First, a huge thanks to our Patreon producers, Dave Ernsberger, Jacqueline Amira, and an anonymous Patreon producer, and our other 100 plus patrons. Next, a special thank you to our 22 Twitch subscribers and over 1,480 Twitch followers. And a shout out to our 8,197, so close to 8,200 YouTube subscribers. But thank you to everybody who's subscribed. Thank you for everybody who's been supporting us over the years. Thank you to everybody, one way or another, how you support us, whether you subscribe to us, follow us, comment, and just download our podcast and all that fun stuff. We thank you very much. And for sharing it, for getting other subscribers as well. We're only at 8,197 or 8,200 soon. Hopefully by the next episode, we'll be able to say that. We would love to get to 10,000. maybe by the end of the year. That would be great. So if anybody knows how we can do that, share that. Let us know. But until then, we would love even 100,000. We want to give Justin that YouTube plaque to hang up behind him. All right. Check out our website, nintendodads.org, for a list of Nintendo Dads family of podcasts or other recommended podcasts like Star Wars Dads, which they just released a new episode recently. Mega Dads, they also just released something. And an update of all their hosts too, I think, as well. Dad Crossing, which also has new episodes out. Retro Logic and their family of podcasts. Everybody's got new episodes out, so go check them out. All kinds of various topics that they cover that go beyond what we talk about here. You can also go to our website to see our latest YouTube videos and tweets, links to all of our social media, Patreon, and Extra Life pages. Speaking of Extra Life, we are still doing that again this year. You can go there, click on it. We're trying to get at least 7 participants to join our team. And if those 7 participants at least put $10 on their accounts to put in their first $10 donated, if we get 7 and those 7 do $10 each, we'll get as a team a $100 bonus from Extra Life. So if you got all that, come join our team. And again, if you don't want to join but you want to donate, you can also go to our website, click on Extra Life, and donate there as well. We'll have more news on Extra Life soon, so keep an ear out for that. You can also get Nintendo Dads merch from nintendodads.org, or below if you're watching on YouTube, you can get extra merch there. You can email us at nintendodads@gmail.com, or call in and leave a voicemail at 929-25-NDADS or 929-256-3237. Big thanks to OC Remix for the music throughout the show. Download from your favorite podcast app of choice, and please leave us a 5-star review and a comment. We'd love to read those comments on the air if we get more. So for me, Jesse, Marty, and Justin, we'll check you later. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Nintendo Dads.
Do you know who I